Hey YouTube, so it's Caden. So, small little life update before I get to my testosterone update. So, what I want to let everybody know is that certain things on my life have been up and down recently. So, the first thing is I lost my job, but on a good note, I got 2 interviews. One interview did not work out. Second interview, on the other hand, going for that. Hopefully on Monday they call me back to see if I get the job. If they don't, I will just keep trying. It's hard to do, but I have to do it. So another thing, me and my wife have been having issues lately, but we're working it out. So hopefully everything will be fine. I've been cleaning this apartment because I was the one that chose to move into the apartment. It wasn't cleaned, and that was a little argument that we had. Anyways, enough about the apartment. The apartment's getting cleaned. I'm cleaning the hell out of it every day that I'm not trying to look for work or hang out with my friends. So, on that note, my testosterone update. So, what I've noticed, because in my spare time, I've been just doing my own type of karaoke, dance, workout routine just to make myself feel better and get happy endorphins. And so with that, I've noticed that certain songs that I used to sing in the past and I could sing the female lead, I can't do that anymore. But with the male leads on that, which I used to have a little bit of a problem with, I can exactly match them nowadays, which is cool and fun. So I get to have fun when I go back out and go back to karaoke and be like, hey, we're doing this song. But I can still do Timon and Pumbaa just fine for Hakuna Matata. So, got their voices still down. So with that, my voice then goes to being a furball. And meaning that, I have hair everywhere. Everywhere! Like, on my previous video, you guys might have noticed that I had a beard going, and then I've decided to shave it off, but I did that so that I can professionally look better when getting a job and just kept my mustache, which sometimes you can see in the videos, and you see a little hair there, see? And other times it just hides and looks like freckles. So, with that, I have to shave, every 2 to 3 days now because it'll start looking scraggly and just not professional. I kept my sideburns too, shaved those down though because they poofed out and that just did not look good. So I also noticed that I have random chest hairs here and there, but they're not as random anymore. They're actually coming in like little groups and stuff. So I shaved it off completely 1 week just to be like, I want you guys to all come in at the same length, thinking that if you shave it off it's going to do that, but you never know because hair is finicky and does whatever the hell it wants to do half the time. At least I learned that when I used to shave my legs. So so I have chest hair coming in. My stomach is very, very furry. I just let it go and poof, fuzz. So, I am turning into a werewolf. Ow! And, that's a fun thing. And I've even noticed that where I used to have patches all over on my legs, that the leg hair came in and that those patches aren't as pronounced anymore. There's still a little, but it's not as bad. And I've even got more hair on my hand, or at least it decided to grow in all in one way so it doesn't look as weird as it used to. So that's my furball update. So also another thing that I've noticed with the whole thing of being on testosterone is constant guys will ask in a group that I'm in, does testosterone affect my emotions? Will it make me more like a regular guy who doesn't have any emotions, which is a horrible stereotype? Or will I have so many emotions that I won't be able to control them. See, I was on the second end of that. Because I thought, because I've been going to therapy basically my whole damn life, that I had enough coping mechanisms to be able to deal with all these different emotions that I had. But also, I have Asperger's syndrome. And with having Asperger's syndrome, you only can tap into like 4 basic emotions of happy, sad, angry, and confused. At least that's what I had. And then it went from those 4 core ones for me to then, oh my god, there's disgust, there's jealousy, there's anger, there's rage, there's sadness, there's... I did have depression, but it was like, it was just really, really sad, was how I saw it, and then now, when I get depressed, I'm just like, what the heck is this? And it's not fun. And just learning how to cope with it and go to therapy and be like, hey, I think I need a psychiatrist, go to the psychiatrist, get on some meds, and then try the meds out and everything, and been dealing and tweaking my meds at least every 2 months when I go in. We're doing something to help me regulate my emotions and everything that's going on in my life on top of it with my wife and my work and my friends and just dealing with all of that. So the other thing is just a note that I personally think everybody should have a support group. Doesn't matter if it's your cousin, your brother, your uncle, your mom, or an LGBT group that you go to, or a sobriety group that you go to, like AA, NA, CA, or even if it's just like going to the library and just talking to the librarians. At least that's what I used to do. I was best friends with the librarians and they gave great advice. Or even when you're at school, just talking to your English teacher or professor. Just knowing that you have a safe space to talk about stuff that's going on and not holding it in. Because I learned that holding it in or completely bullshitting about everything got me nowhere. And I was harming myself when I didn't even know I was harming myself until I figured that out later on in life and everything. Not trying to speak so highly about certain things, but it's 11 months, so it's gonna be maybe 10 minutes. And if I can just have 10 minutes of your time, when I'm at like 8:20 something now, that it's just, I want people to know that, yeah, it's rough, and it's tough. And you might be like me and choose to research everything transgender for 5 years before coming up and deciding, hey, I'm gonna go medically transition. And that's a huge step because you have to figure out, what does my insurance cover it, and if my insurance does cover it, what clinic can I go to, and then does that clinic have a transgender specialist? And thankfully my primary care is my transgender specialist, but some clinics aren't like that out here in the US. Thankfully I'm in California, so I have that privilege. But it would have been tougher if I'd stayed in Montana. God, that would have been hell in a handbasket. But anyways, just more history that you guys are getting to learn about me as I continue to open up on video to the world. But it's just, yeah, it's easier in the US, and then we're going through all this mumbo jumbo and it's crazy, and then we've got this whole thing on how they want to erase the fact that we're trans, and then that freaks me the hell out, because I'm like, I've already gone through all the legal everything, like for my name change, my ID, my social security card, my birth certificate, then once I get my birth certificate, then my insurance, and going through all the frickin' hoops I gotta go through to finally be seen for who I am. And then we're afraid that even though we've gone through all the hoops, that everything that we've done is for nothing kind of thing with what's going on in the world, and it's crazy, and it's scary, and it worries me, and it worries my brothers and sisters and everything that are in the trans community. It's just, I had to put my 2 cents on that, my little soapbox for a moment. It's just, I want everybody to be as safe as possible as they can be. Do what you want to do with your life. Be you. Just be safe. And try not to worry about dum-dums and other goofballs that may say bad things about you. I tried to limit my cursing, because I know I can get really bad about that when I get heated about certain conversations or topics. So, just wanted to update everybody on my life, my transition, certain things in the world that are scaring me, and there's even scarier things overseas than in the United States. So it's really crazy what's going on. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on the world, and hope this 12 minutes didn't bore you. Gonna add some nice music, and hope you enjoy the show.